from Nebraska's trusted news source. This is Channel 8 Eyewitness News at 5.
Coming up tonight on the news, as students head back to the classroom, we asked them to compare this year to last year.
Plus, an arrest is made in a shooting near Lincoln Movie Theater.
But first, some trouble for the Husker football program and Coach Frost. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. The Nebraska football program is under investigation by the NCAA.
We're joined now by sports reporter Mark Talley for the very latest. Mark?
Well, Megan, Ron, Brett McMurphy of the Action Network broke the news today that Huskers head coach Scott Frost and the program as a whole are the subject of an NCAA probe. The allegation against them is the improper use of analysts as well as improper off-campus workouts held during the pandemic last season. As with any NCAA investigation, this will likely take a long time to sort it out. But in the short term, Frost says he's done nothing wrong.
Everything we did through COVID, I've addressed both those things a lot. Parker, everything that we did through COVID was with the best interest and health of our players in mind, and everything we did was approved by athletic department administration and campus administration.
Multiple reports indicated the infractions would fall under the NCAA Level 2 or Level 3 and could net Frost a suspension if deemed credible. But as you heard there, the buck seems to have been passed to the previous administration under Bill Moose. It seems we'll keep an eye on this story as it develops. Tune into Sports at 6. We'll hear from Trev Alberts. Megan, Rod, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. Keep us updated. And now for the latest in the coronavirus news going on.
UNL is now requiring masks in certain classes when they start on Monday. For example, science labs and art studios and other places where students work closely together. So how do students feel about the upcoming school year? Channel 8's Yosef Nasser went to UNL today to find out. Yosef?
Good evening, Rod and Megan. I wanted to learn from students how they felt coming back to campus with these COVID concerns. Now, students are telling me things are better this year, but there's still a lot to think about. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much has COVID-19 weighed on college students?
Last year was a 10. It was a major part of every decision that the university made and we made. I think this year, probably more like a 5-ish. It's kind of, we're trying to get back to normal life, but it's still making an impact.
Masks in certain buildings, COVID testing sites, it's clear that the university is trying to manage the ongoing pandemic as best as possible. But returning students are hoping this year will be better than last year.
I think everybody's just excited to have somewhat of a normal year, but with the Delta variant, we're definitely still taking precautions.
We want to be safe and healthy and all that, of course, but we're ready to bury it and be college kids like we should be.
Incoming freshmen don't have a point of reference of what last year was like for students, but they're optimistic that they'll be able to enjoy their first year of college.
COVID kind of adds a bigger stress environment, but I have gotten some emails from my professors saying if COVID cases do go up, we'll just move outside.
This week, every student, vaccinated or not, will have to complete a saliva test to return to school. Students who don't upload their information to the voluntary vaccine registry will have to continue to get tested weekly throughout the school year. What are students saying about the vaccine?
We try to stay open on everyone's beliefs. I encourage it, but I think it's everyone's choice at the end of the day.
We're at the point where we're just kind of all fed up where we will do anything just so we can have that normal college life again.
And what are students looking most forward to this year?
I think it'll be nice to finally experience campus, go to football games, go to basketball games.
As far as I know, we're going to have a lot of our events that we didn't have last year, which is going to be super exciting.
Everyone's positive, everyone's looking up. It's going to be a good year for sure.
Classes begin next Monday, August 23rd. Students can get vaccinated tomorrow at a walk-up clinic at the Devaney Center from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
All right, thank you very much, Yosef.
CHI Health, who partners with Creighton University, will be studying the long-term impacts of COVID-19. They were hand-picked by the CDC, along with a hospital in New York and one in Texas.
What symptoms did they develop? How long did those symptoms last? What interventions might have made those symptoms better?
We're going to hear more about how Nebraskans will be helping the CDC in this study coming up on our newscast at 6 o'clock.
Well, get ready for another round of shots. Health officials are sharing new data that says vaccine protection may weaken over time.
Officials say they're preparing to give booster shots starting late next month. CNN's Camila Bernal reports.
It's official. The U.S. is preparing to offer a third mRNA COVID-19 shot about 8 months after the second dose.
It is now our clinical judgment that the time to lay out a plan for COVID-19 boosters is now.
The Moderna and Pfizer booster shots will be offered starting September 20th, pending FDA and CDC evaluation and authorization. Data show these vaccines are highly effective in protecting against COVID-19 hospitalization and death. But 3 recent studies found waning vaccine protection over time against symptomatic infection.
Our plan is to protect the American people and to stay ahead of this virus.
Meanwhile, COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations are increasing, and that includes children under 12 who are not yet eligible for the vaccine. Health experts recommend universal masking in schools to protect young children, but some governors have attempted to ban such requirements.
You have 2 weapons here. One is vaccines, the other is masking, and for children less than 12, that's the only weapon they have.
Despite the science, not all are willing to get the first, second, or third shot, or even ask their children to wear a mask, keeping tensions high in schools around the country.
You don't have to sit here and make people do something they don't want to do.
I'm Camila Bernal reporting.
It is time now for your first forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dissauer. Back into the 90s today, John?
That's right, and that makes today our 40th day to reach 90 degrees in 2021. We're several days ahead of our year-to-date normal. I believe that's now sitting right around 33 days. This afternoon we made up 91 degrees in Lincoln. Right now we are seeing temperatures into the upper 80s around the region. 89 Lincoln, 86 in Hebron. We got 86 or make that 88 in Beatrice. It's still on the humid side. It's not terribly humid, but it's still enough to make it feel just a little bit uncomfortable. Factor that in with the air temperature, and the heat index right now feels like 91 in Lincoln. That has reached as high as 93 degrees this afternoon. It feels like it's 90 in Beatrice and 90 degrees right now in Friend. Not a whole lot going on overhead. We've had some cumulus clouds popping up. We've also got some upper level grayish skies thanks to smoke from out west. Looking off to the south and southeast, not a whole lot coming our way. There are a few showers down into central portions of Missouri. Those are going to stay away for us tonight. For this evening, we'll keep some clouds around at 6. We'll start to see skies clearing by 8. By 10 o'clock, clear skies down to 79 degrees. We will remain humid as we go through the overnight hours. It's going to remain humid tomorrow, but we are tracking some chances for showers and thunderstorms that could arrive here as early as tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at that and what looks to be a nice weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you very much, John. Now to the crisis in Afghanistan. A UNL grad student made her way back to the U.S. just days before the Taliban takeover, but her family is still stuck.
Oh my God, it was the worst. I'm not exaggerating. It was the worst time in my life. I cannot believe it. I still cannot believe it.
Nasreen says her sister and parents are still in Kabul. Her parents willing to risk their lives just to make sure her sister can get out of the chaos. Every day, she says she fears for what is to come as the Taliban takes over the government.
And Macy Meyer will have much more on this story coming up tonight on our newscast at 10 o'clock. All right, so let's take a minute here and get you updated on the latest situation going on in Afghanistan.
The U.S. is still trying to evacuate Americans, but the situation on the ground is still a mess. ABC's Alex Perche has the latest.
From me, their expectations.
This afternoon, the State Department with this update on the evacuations in Afghanistan.
Our diplomatic and military personnel are working in lockstep toward the same goal: to get as many people who want to leave Afghanistan and who are vulnerable to Taliban reprisals out of the country as quickly and as safely as possible.
In the past 24 hours, the U.S. has flown roughly 2,000 Americans, NATO personnel, and Afghans out of Kabul. But for those still trying to escape, uncertainty. Images of armed Taliban at checkpoints surround the airport. For now, the Taliban only letting foreigners through. And an email to U.S. nationals says the United States government cannot guarantee your security as you make this trip. As many as 11,000 Americans and tens of thousands of Afghans are desperately trying to flee the country. A frenzy at the airport. The U.S. has evacuated all embassy personnel except a core group of diplomats. Nearby, the Taliban firing gunshots, sending people running. This young girl covering her ears in the chaos.
There have been no hostile interactions with the Taliban, and our lines of communication with Taliban commanders remain open, as they should be.
Meanwhile, President Biden and Vice President Harris received a briefing from their national security team today. Updates on security and how to accelerate evacuations for U.S. citizens and our Afghan partners. The U.S. also monitoring for any potential terrorist threats in the country. This comes as the president faces growing criticism from lawmakers over his handling of Afghanistan.
Ironically, we now have more troops in Afghanistan than we had before the withdrawal.
Some even vowing to investigate the Biden administration's decision to withdraw. Now, governors in at least 2 states, Maryland and Utah, are offering to host Afghan refugees that help the U.S. Alex Perche, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up on the news, a fire this afternoon here in Lincoln is under investigation.
And Channel 8 spoke with the battalion chief about how lucky they were to catch the fire in time. That's coming up next.
Kickstart your new school.
New at 5 o'clock tonight, there was a Lincoln house fire just south of downtown this afternoon.
Not a lot of flames, but quite a bit of smoke damage. Firefighters had it out quickly. Now, in addition to putting out the flames, there was another dangerous obstacle they had to be aware of, a huge branch near the home that was about to fall.
And it's being held up by the tree next to it, so we contacted forestry. If it falls right now, it's going to come into the street, so it's kind of a safety hazard.
Fortunately, no one was hurt in any of this. The cause of the fire and damage amount are still being figured out.
Now for an update on crime news in Lincoln. A 17-year-old involved in the Edgewood Theater shooting is now in custody. After reviewing video, police say the suspect was driving a car with the alleged shooter. He fled the scene after the shooting happened. 19-year-old Jaden Prentice and 18-year-old Christopher Duncan are still in the hospital in stable but critical condition.
And new details involving a former Lincoln sports reporter. Brian Rosenthal now faces child pornography charges here in Lancaster County. Lincoln police say he had images of children on his phone and was sharing them. The 49-year-old was already in Nemaha County Jail after being charged for sexually assaulting a child there.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist John Dessauer.
Days are going to go in the books mostly sunny, although we've got some high altitude smoke obscuring the sky, so not seeing the blue skies like we've seen in recent days, and also some puffy cumulus clouds developing closer to the surface. We've had 90% sunshine of the possible sunshine so far this month, according to the National Weather Service. We reached 90 degrees again today, hitting 91 this afternoon at the airport. It's our fourth 90-degree day, and we're running about 3 days above normal this month as far as the number of 90-degree days. 89 right now at East Campus, 88 Holmes Lake, 89 along Yankee Hill Road, 88 degrees on the southwest side of town along Denton Road, 88 right now in Beatrice, it's 85 in Friend, 86 in New York and Columbus, and 82 degrees right now in Hastings. Humidity, it is up there. It's not terribly high, but it's enough to make it feel a little uncomfortable outside, with dew points mainly in the middle 60s, giving us heat indices a degree or two higher than the actual air temperature. Currently it feels like it's 91 degrees in the capital city. Clear skies expected for tonight. We'll see our temperatures dropping, upper 80s at 6, mid 80s by 8, 80 degrees by 10. Tonight's another night because I think the humidity is high enough. We'll leave the windows closed, leave the air conditioning turned on. Temperatures dropping back into the middle to upper 60s by morning. Now, as we go through the day tomorrow, we'll see a few more clouds around. Look for skies to turn partly cloudy, and there's going to be a chance for a few isolated showers. You'll see at times Stormcast tries to put little green blobs onto the screen. That's just a hint of there could be some isolated showers developing at different times, especially through the heating of the afternoon and as we head towards the evening. But you can see temperatures by 3 o'clock back in the middle to upper 80s. We should make it up into to right around 90 degrees as we head towards the afternoon tomorrow. Forecasting a high of 89 in Lincoln, 89 degrees in Beatrice, 89 in Hebron, 88 degrees in Seward. Winds will be out of the southeast, 6 to 15 miles per hour, gusting at times to 20 miles per hour, especially during the afternoon. And with the humidity around still tomorrow, we're talking heat indices back up into the lower, maybe at times into the mid 90s. By 4 o'clock, kids heading home from school or heading out to after school practices, it's going to feel like it's in the lower to mid 90s, and that will stay in the low 90s as we head up towards 7 o'clock in the evening. So again, feeling a little muggy outside towards the evening. Now we are watching our chance for rain, or a better chance for rain, as we've been talking about throughout the week. It's coming on Friday. That's going to come with a cold front coming into the area. Tomorrow evening, those storms will be out into the western portion of the state. As these begin to move off to the east, I think for the most part around here, Friday morning will stay dry. Early afternoon probably dry, but it's Friday night we start to watch showers and thunderstorms coming through the area. Some of those could be stronger thunderstorms. I think especially north of Lincoln, up into the northeast corner of the state, we could see some stronger thunderstorms Friday night. But most of this is all out of here by early Saturday morning. In fact, I think Saturday is looking to be pretty nice as the humidity really drastically drops. So we'll see dew points in the low 70s Friday afternoon, dropping down into the 50s by Saturday. We are going to see the humidity increasing on Sunday. In fact, we're talking about another chance for some rain coming our way Sunday evening perhaps. Computer model still not putting out a whole lot of rain, on average right around 0.4 of an inch of rain. 7-day forecast again, Friday evening thunderstorms 88 degrees, 84 on Saturday, 88 degrees on Sunday with a chance for an evening shower or thunderstorm, and then some thunderstorms coming in Monday evening, and then we'll start to see our humidity and temperatures start to drop slightly, especially as we go into next week. We'll see temperatures dropping back into the middle 80s towards the end of next week.
All right, thank you very much, John. In more international news, people in Haiti are still waiting for aid as hospitals remain overwhelmed after a deadly earthquake.
Heavy rains are slowing down rescue efforts as the death toll now getting close to 2,000 people. CNN's Matt Rivers reports.
Well, here in Dimitri, this is one of the harder hit parts of Haiti as a result of this earthquake. It's difficult to get to. We took a Coast Guard helicopter out here because we wanted to see the damage here firsthand. And we also wanted to see what the people here are going through after so many people in this part of the country were injured or killed as a result of this earthquake. As soon as we arrived to the hospital, so did this man on a stretcher. First responders brought him to the main hospital in the city of Jeremy, a facility that, in reality, has no room for him. Inside, Haitian doctors and nurses are doing what they can to manage an influx of earthquake victims. So many have come in, every single bed is full, so some are simply laid on the floor. There are broken arms and legs, crush wounds from falling debris, and in the case of 22-month-old Evanson Dorville, a shattered femur. My daughter is suffering, her dad says, and I don't want her to lose her leg. I'm so sad she is going through this. Evanson's dad says he pulled her out of the rubble himself. I love my daughter very much, and I almost lost her. I'm very grateful to these doctors working with their bare hands. It's horrific for everyone. Not far from the hospital, there is destruction on every block. Here, ordinary people are clearing this debris because underneath was a grocery store. Food supplies are thin right now, so anything they can find will help. Hundreds have died here, many remain missing, and thousands were injured, far more than the small health system can handle. At the hospital, there is only so much these doctors and nurses can do. On a normal day, officials say they treat 10 people here. When we were there, 84 people were waiting for treatment and more were coming in. We are totally overwhelmed, says the hospital director. The patients keep coming in and we don't have the means to take care of them all. A doctor on scene told us at least a third of these people need to be moved to better equipped facilities. If they're not, it could lead to everything from losing limbs to losing lives. It's what Evanson's dad fears the most. He's doing his best to just keep it together because he doesn't know what else to do. And obviously what is needed here is more outside aid, be it from the government, charity organizations, but clearly there needs to be a more robust government response here. There needs to be resources surged to this area. It is a part of Haiti that is relatively difficult to reach, made more so because of damage from this earthquake. There also remains sections of roadways between here and Port-au-Prince that can be quite dangerous at times. But whatever the reason is, it doesn't change the need. There needs to be more resources sent to this part of Haiti, and until they get here, the people that are struggling so valiantly right now to try and help people to make the situation better, they're going to continue to face a very uphill battle. Matt Rivers, CNN, in Dimitri, Haiti.
Is on its way to distribute aid to Haiti and assist with those rescue efforts.
With school now back in session, parents might be having trouble balancing their time, so before and after school programs can help struggling parents.
Luckily, the Lincoln Community Learning Center has a well-rounded curriculum.
I was working with our curriculum team yesterday on, getting all of the materials for Lego robotics going on in our middle schools. So, really cool experiences, I think, for our students to get their hands on things they may not otherwise even have awareness of.
The center really pushes STEM education and helps kids exercise their brain both before and after school. Not a great day on Wall Street. The Dow falling 383 points. NASDAQ down as well 130. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, after the powerful testimonies,
get to the bottom of what happened.
The January 6th investigation has begun. What happens next? Plus, the new mask guidelines. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is the #1 program on all of television.
With a Honda in your garage, every summer adventure leads to another. Get an incredible summer offer on a new Honda, only at the Honda Summer Sales Event.
Finally tonight, a moose in Alaska was caught on camera in a couple's backyard, but when it realized the camera wasn't food, it took off. But it got nice and close.
Has to smell it.
Sniffing around there. Oh, not food.
Major close-up, major close-up. All right. Well, hey, folks, we're out of time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you right back here at 6 o'clock.
With the Channel 8 Eyewitness News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
We're up before the sun, so we can make breakfast for our friends and family. Hot off the griddle, fresh as can be.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness News is brought to you by Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Toyota's national sales event is on now.
Get up to $2,000 customer cash on 3 of our favorite sedan models like the 2021 Camry, Corolla, and Avalon.
It all ends September 7th.
Toyota, let's go places.
Hey, neighbor, I thought you got something to keep the leaves and debris out of your gutters. Oh,